This video will aim to help you learn more about entrepreneurship and the opportunities and challenges entrepreneurs face when starting a business. And this is our second video for topic 1.2. You might want to refer to the other video for further review on this topic. And as you can see, this topic will be tested at the AO2 level by the IB. So if you're wondering what these assessment objectives are, you can check out the exam skills videos on the Diplomally website. Let's get started. So here you see that we have a definition of what entrepreneur means. And entrepreneurs, there are a couple of keywords that you want to be careful with and always remember as you're giving the definitions in the final exam. They are people who set up a business, okay? And they usually have their own resources. And the most important thing that you want to address when it comes to what defines an entrepreneur is that they take financial risks, okay? And because of these financial risks they take, they are then able to generate a profit. So these are some of the key words that you always want to remember, especially with the AO1 definition type of question. Let's say you're given a question in the exam that asks you to define entrepreneur, then you want to make sure that you're hitting these different keywords as part of your definition. Okay. What really is entrepreneurship about? It's about bringing together these factors of production. So in our first video, we talked about what these factors of productions are, okay? And through these factors of production, goods and services can be produced, okay? Which are then used to sell and to generate revenues for the entrepreneur, okay? And as an entrepreneur, okay, usually they do have creativity, okay? They have leadership skills and they enjoy working in teams as well and embrace teamwork amongst its employees. So in the real corporate world, the following are some examples of successful entrepreneurs. So you have Jeff Bezos from Amazon. You have Tory Burch, who founded the company Tory Burch. Steve Jobs, he founded Apple. Jack Ma founded Alibaba. And these are all different examples, okay, of successful entrepreneurs, which all have used their own resources. They have their own creativity and ideas. And through taking some financial risks, such as putting in their own money, their own savings into starting this business, they are then able to generate a profit for their business. And here on this slide, you can see that there are two tables listing the opportunities and challenges with starting a business. Again, this is a pretty common question that you could find in your IB exam or in your unit tests at school, where you might be asked to explain some reasons or some examples of opportunities and challenges for an entrepreneur. So just to highlight a couple of these opportunities, I'm not going to go through every single one of them in detail, is obviously as an entrepreneur, you have the opportunity to keep all of the profits to yourself. Okay, so that is a huge incentive for entrepreneurs to start their own business. They're not working for someone where the amount they get is based on the salary they receive from the company. As an entrepreneur, your profits could be limitless, okay? Because of the customers that you're able to bring in, the number of sales that you're able to generate, okay? These are all not capped at a certain amount or threshold. Whereas if you are working for a company, your threshold would be the salary amount and maybe the bonus that you might get from the business, okay? Other opportunities include, as an entrepreneur, you have full control over what you want to do and how you want to do things. Okay, so again, that is referring to autonomy. And if you look at our video from the HR unit, you will understand that autonomy is an important element as a motivating factor for someone to work hard for whatever they do. Okay. And we talk more about this in terms of the different various types of motivation theories under Unit 2. And of course, as an entrepreneur, you get to choose and pick whatever you want to do that excites you. So again, you're working in an area that excites you, so you're passionate about it, okay? And of course, there are opportunities for you as an entrepreneur to identify any unmet market needs. So for example, you might be able to identify a gap in the market, and then you are able to think creatively with an idea to fill in that gap. So then, no competitors have entered that market yet. You have first mover advantage, and therefore you're able to secure as much, profits and also the revenues and, of course, to secure the largest amount of customers that you're able to build from that particular unmet market. Okay. And of course, sometimes entrepreneurs, they work towards having an impact, okay, on individuals or the society or the community that they currently live in or they serve. So these are some opportunities. Now, with respect to challenges, the biggest challenge for any entrepreneur is definitely the finances. So obtaining finances could be difficult. If you think about it, an entrepreneur will always start with their own savings, right? But any individual's saving will be based on money that they have saved from maybe work that they have previously pursued, okay, or they might have to borrow some money from their family and friends, okay, or they might have to construct a business plan, which then they can then go and ask the bank for more money through a bank loan. That would be considered as an external source of finance, something that we will look into a little bit more detail in Unit 3 of the course. And we also have limited capital, okay, which I talked about as an entrepreneur. Your capital or the amount of money you're able to put into the business is limited to your own personal saving. Sometimes, as an entrepreneur, you might not have a very clear understanding of the market because the market changes dynamically, right? So you will always have to face the challenge of, keeping yourself abreast on the latest trend, the latest, things that are going on within the market that you want to enter, okay, in order to provide the goods and services that are able to meet the needs and wants of your customers. Okay. Of course, as an entrepreneur, you might also struggle with the ability to pay your employees well, and to recruit, talented employees because you do have limited funds. So this point goes back to, the second point that we talked about here, which is the limited capital that any entrepreneur will face. That's why you see a lot of new startup companies, instead of offering salaries, an attractive salary, what they do is sometimes they might give something called equity or like a share of the company to these employees who joined the startup company. So then when the companies grows bigger and bigger, and to the point where they are listed on a stock exchange, right? Then the shares that are held by each of these employees become a lot more valuable, right? And that becomes a form of return, or you can say it's a form of remuneration or compensation for these employees' hard work at the beginning stages of a startup company. And finally, sometimes as an entrepreneur, you might be inexperienced in terms of how you react to challenges that you need to face with the business's problems and issues that you have as you are kicking start your business, because there's nothing for you to fall back on. There's nothing for you to look at from previous years as an entrepreneur. Everything is going to be new, okay? And all these challenges are going to be new, and you need to tackle them head on with your partners or maybe with your employees in order to overcome those hurdles. All right. So just a quick examiner tip here is that when it comes to entrepreneurship, there is no single reason about, whether or not, the challenge, that we've listed here or the opportunities listed here applies to every single one of these entrepreneurs. Some of these opportunities and challenges might be more relevant for certain entrepreneurs. So you do need to think about the context as you're reading the case study in the exam or in the unit test your teachers give you, okay, to make sure that you are picking and choosing the relevant opportunities and challenges to explain that is relevant to the context of your case study, okay? All right, so here on the slide, you'll see that there are three questions, and these are the three ways in which this topic on entrepreneurship can be asked in your assessment at school and also in the final exam. So do feel free to pause the video now and have a go at these questions yourself. And if you're unfamiliar on how to answer these questions with the right structure, do check out our exam skills videos and exemplar responses on the Diploma website. This will help you learn how to structure your responses for these types of questions to achieve the highest possible score in your school assessments and also in the final exam. And here, when you're reviewing the topic, we do recommend you to use these four approaches, okay, that we have listed out here as part of your study routine. And if you want more help on this or more business management resources, check out our free content on the Diploma website. And finally, if we can be of help, please do get in touch with us at info@diplomally.org. Okay, so this is our email, and we do hope to see you next time.